Good morning.
Good morning.
Wait, I said good morning. We need some energy. Good morning. I don't know about you, but I'm very excited for this morning. It is a special morning because we have the mayor here. Thank you, Mayor Bowser, for being here. And I'm having a little bit of a fangirl moment, so please indulge me. But good morning. My name is Rahma Wright, and I am the curator of the DC pop-up that is powered by Shailene. And this is such a special space because of what it stands for. The DC pop-up was a seasonal pop-up I started in 2018 just as a way to bring women-owned and minority-owned businesses together for the holiday season. It was supposed to be a one-time event. Fast forward, we're in 2021 and we're still going. And that is and that is because of our mission and our mandate. Our mission is to help businesses that typically are excluded from Main Street markets, that are typically excluded in terms of being on the fringes. I am a woman-owned business, I'm a Black-owned business, I'm a minority-owned business, so I understand the challenges that we face in our community. And I decided to bring us together as a way to collaborate. We believe in community versus competition. We are stronger when we work together, and that's what this space stands for. And when you look around, and I really want all the makers to just raise your hands wherever you are. We have a few of the makers here. When you look around, this is what recovery looks like. This is what Build Back Better looks like. In this space, I wish I could say I created it all by myself, but I didn't. This is the intersection of government and government partners. It's the intersection of the private sector opening their doors, and it's the intersection of community organizations and associations. And so I really can't go much further without saying a huge thank you to the people who've all worked, the various stakeholders who have worked to provide us this opportunity. For one, Director Whitfield of DSLBD. We wouldn't be here without her. Where are you? And Deputy Mayor John Falchicchio as well. We would not be here without him. And then we're part of the Golden Triangle, which is a program through the Golden Triangle bid. And I can't thank them enough for opening these doors, introducing us to Brookfield, and giving us the opportunity to even be in this beautiful space. How nice is this space? Isn't this nice? Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do this by ourselves. We would not be able to have the opportunity to be right in downtown in this amazing corridor if we didn't have people who were cheering for us, who were advocating for us, and giving us all the opportunity to come together. And really quickly, I just want to say that we have about 30 makers in this space. 96% of them identify as women. 80% of them identify as BIPOC, and 100% are passionate about their businesses, and they're passionate about their community. And so I just want to turn the floor over to the mayor. And I want to, before I do that, Mayor Bowser, I want to say a personal thank you to you and to your administration. I have been able to build and grow my business because of the support I've received from this administration. And we all know so many businesses struggled in the last year and a half, almost 2 years now. And my company was one of them. And if it wasn't for the micro grant, the micro recovery grant, and the robust retail grant, I would not be here so excited to bring you to this podium. So this is a blessing to be able to publicly thank you and your administration for all you do to support small businesses, because the reality is small businesses are the engine. We are the creativity. We are the culture of our communities. And for us to be here means that to not only be here, but to purchase and support the brands in here means that you're helping someone pay their mortgage. You're helping someone put food on the table. That's how real it is. So before we leave today, we want this entire place cleared out, okay? All right? Okay. Mayor Bowser, welcome.
Everybody give a hand to Rahama. I think she got the assignment. Clear out the store. Build back better. Work together collaboratively, rely on each other, and certainly rely on the services that our great team has put together to help us in our small businesses with the comeback. I want to thank you all for being here, and I too want to acknowledge members of my team who you'll get to hear from, but have also been working really steadfastly these last 20 months on the economic recovery of our city, which is so important to our small businesses, to our workers, to our downtown, and to the economic health of our city, which allows us to do all the things, all the great things that people in D.C. Expect and enjoy, including investing in our schools, having first-class human services, first-class parks and recreation centers, and the transportation services that allow us to get around. So what we're talking about today is part of the economic vitality of Washington, D.C. We're also kicking off our FairShot week, which means all week we'll be highlighting many programs that the government offers to support our small and local businesses, and that's why we're here today. It does seem like yesterday that we were also in the Golden Triangle. Which building was it? I don't remember now, but we kicked off the first one of our Made in DC shops. And today we are talking about a pop-up. You've already heard Rahama talk about it, about how this location, in partnership with the bid and the property owner, is allowing makers to get their start in some cases and to show their wares for this holiday season. We're all reminded to shop small, shop in a store. Remember, a store you can go to. You can touch things. You can pick them up. You can try them on. You can let your friends have an outing with you. And then after you go to the store, you can go to a restaurant. Remember, go to a restaurant and do all of those things, and certainly do them and be safe while doing them. We've had a chance, and you heard Rahama talk already about how operations like this one can support DC's diversity and ensure that our maker space is representative of that diversity as well. We'll talk soon about our Green Book, and if you are providing services or looking to do business with DC government, the Green Book is the opportunity for you to see what's coming and what the district will be buying. This year, the Great Streets Retail Priority Area has expanded. We have temporarily extended 4 existing Great Street corridors in Ward 2. Go Pinto. Like that, right? Increasing the number of businesses eligible to apply for the grant. We have also increased the funding for Great Streets by $2.5 million in 21, and in this fiscal year up to $3.3 million more. So applications are now open until January 14th, and local brick and mortar businesses located in Great Streets corridors may apply to receive up to $50,000 to support storefront renovations, equipment purchases, and technology enhancements. And this is a big deal. $50,000 goes a long way in freshening up your store or allowing you to update equipment and technology enhancements. I'm reminded a few years back, I went to Lee's Flowers on another great street in our city in U Street. And Lee's Flowers has been around for many, many decades, and it's a staple of U Street. And they decided to use this Great Streets grant to make a total refresh of their store. Flowers still great, people still great, but the store they felt needed some freshening up. So this was allowed them to get started and completely transform their store. So I know a lot of people have that in mind too. We're joined today by former Great Streets recipients as well, Annabella and Dario RK, who are the owners of RK Chocolate. So give them a big round of applause. and they're going to talk to you a little bit. We're also joined by Andre McCain. Where is he? Where's Andre? Can I see him? He's not here yet? Well, he's the founder of Half Smoke, and we're happy, very happy with his story on U Street and soon to be in Skyland in Ward 7. So with that, I just want to thank everybody again for sticking in, for pivoting during this time, for thinking big about what's next. The thing about this period of time is it's presented a lot of challenges, but I know how entrepreneurs think. It's also presented a lot of opportunities. So think about the opportunities and how we can help you make them a reality. So with that, I'd like to invite Brooke Pinto, your council member for Ward 2, to join us at the podium.
Thank you very much, Mayor Bowser. And Rahama, I completely agree that our small businesses are the engine of our community, the backbone of our community, and not only for the business owners, the workers whom they employ, but the entire surrounding community and all of our residents who rely on our small businesses making our corridors and our neighborhoods lively and safe and full of culture. And we are so grateful for all that you do for our community. And I know that it is a major priority for Mayor Bowser and certainly for our office to continue to support our small businesses, because we rely on you just as you rely on all of us. So thank you very much. You know, there are so many grants that have been offered this year, certainly not enough, but many opportunities for funding for rent relief and for other expenses that our small businesses are incurring. And one of the first things that we heard about when we joined the council from our great Main Streets leaders and our small business owners was about the need to get Ward 2 into the Great Streets program. Ward 2 represents almost 50% of our small businesses and businesses in DC. And we were thrilled to work with Deputy Mayor Falchicchio and others to make sure that Ward 2 was for the first time included in the Great Streets program. It was one of the first bills we introduced last year, and so we're so grateful for that partnership and especially happy to be here in Ward 2 today to celebrate those important funding sources. You know, a lot of the challenges that our small businesses faced predated COVID. From vacancies to high rent costs to making sure that the workers that we employ at our small businesses can access work easily and live close by to the neighborhoods. And those are still issues that we will continue to work on every step of the way. I also want to thank Andrew Huff from the Golden Triangle Bid, who's been such an effective leader on behalf of our business community and partner with the government. Your partnership has been really extraordinary and helpful, especially in this unusual time. And I also saw Commissioner Mike Silverstein, who's here, who's over here, who represents the area, and thank you for being such a supporter of small businesses as well. He's busy shopping and clearing out the store, as was instructed. He didn't want to miss the opportunity. So thank you again for having me. Thank you, Mayor Bowser, for your leadership, and we'll see you soon. And next up, we have small business extraordinaire, Deputy Mayor John Falchicchio.
Yikes, I was wondering how she was going to introduce, but I'll take that one. So I'm John Falchicchio. I serve as Deputy Mayor for Planning and Economic Development. And so happy to be here at DC Pop-Up today because we are kicking off Great Streets. So since 2015, the Great Streets grants, we've awarded over $21 million to 412 or 400 businesses, over 400 businesses, and that has supported over 2,000 jobs, right? So let's give that a round of applause, the Great Streets program. So what Mayor Bowser laid out today will help us add to those numbers. So soon we will be able to ask businesses, or actually as of today, we'll ask them to apply, and they have until January 14th. Everybody write that down. January 14th to apply. And actually, you don't have to write it down because we also have everything listed on obviously.dc.gov. So obviously.dc.gov, we're at the beginning of FairShot week, and we're going to talk about all the initiatives, all the programs that we have to support businesses and residents and entrepreneurs. And obviously DC is where we list what we have over $100 million to support our business community. That includes $1 million for our Inclusive Innovation Equity Impact Fund, $58 million for our Food Access Fund. You heard Mayor Bowser talk about Half Smoke. They were one of the awardees in our first round of the Food Access Fund. In that first round, we awarded $9 million to 8 operators to open 9 locations in Ward 7 and 8. Can you say that back to me? It's okay. It's all listed at obviously.dc.gov. But what that means is that there's 9 new restaurants that will be opening in Ward 7 and 8. So we should give a round of applause for that, too. Another program that we're really excited about, and this is one that Subangwe Cook, who's our Director of Business Development, as well as Liz Anderson, who's our Great Streets Director, are really excited about and are going to promote a lot. And that is the commercial property acquisition program. So what that allows us to do is to have businesses who are operating in the district have an opportunity to buy the space that they're in. So that's a new $4 million fund that's going to help underrepresented entrepreneurs and small business owners who typically lack access to capital to buy the place that they're in, right? So really important, and you could check out more information on that. Where? Great, obviously.dc.gov. So with that, I want to just thank everybody for joining us today. And just so you know, for those watching at home, we're at the DC Pop-Up, and we're at 1224 Connecticut Avenue. Thought it was important that everybody knows. All the makers are shaking their heads right now. 1224 Connecticut Avenue. Help the mayor clear out this shop before the holidays. And then this is something that I've been using throughout the holidays as I speak to audiences. We talked about it at the City Center tree lighting. But there's 3 ways that you could stay off the naughty list and be on the nice list, right? So number 1 is to get vaccinated or boosted, right? I see some head shaking. We all have to make sure we get vaccinated or get boosted. 2, you've got to shop local, right? So there's a couple ways to do that. You could come to the DC Pop-Up at 1224 Connecticut Avenue Northwest. You could also go to shopinthedistrict.com because sometimes we have that last-minute gift idea. We need it to get it there. And with shopinthedistrict.com, we have local businesses, and we get it delivered by DC residents, right? So shopinthedistrict.com. And then when you're making those purchases, I need you to use the hashtag IBuyDC. Director Whitfield will be very happy if you use IBuyDC as your hashtag, and then you challenge someone else to make a purchase to shop local, right? So that's in number 2. That's shop local. And number 3, this one is a DC value. It's to be kind. So throughout the pandemic, Mayor Bowser has said that we're all in this together, and we'll get through it together. And whether you're a maker, a public servant, or even a reporter, it's important that we stay kind through this holiday season because we'll all get through this together and we'll show everyone that we're the district comebacks. So with that, I want to bring up 2 entrepreneurs. They might be the sweetest couple in DC because they are the purveyors of, I heard a courtesy laugh back there. They are the purveyors of RK chocolates. It's Annabella and Dario, and they're going to tell us about what Great Street grant meant to them and their business. So let's bring them up. Annabella, please. Dario. Annabella, please.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dario, and she's Annabella. We have been married for 32 years, and we have been working for 16 years together in the chocolate industry. The first time that we lived here was 21 years ago. I am a retired lawyer, and I attended American University. We're coming from Venezuela. We decided to come to this city because I told Annabella, well, that's a city that I don't need a GPS to drive it, and that makes me to live in a safer place, you know. And then we started to show, to find a way, how can we make chocolates in this city? The know-how was so easy because we brought it. The issue was, how can we do it? First, as a lawyer, I need to follow the rule, first of all. So what you have to do is be in good standing, follow the rules, do what you have to do it legally and consistently. And the second one, I gave all the imagination and creativity to Annabella because she's the one that makes the chocolate. I'm just the guy behind the business. That's it. She is the one that has the talent. We feel so great because probably nobody knows this figure, but 80% of the businesses in U.S. are small business, and we are so proud to be one of them. This morning, I was browsing a rate on DHL.com, and you see what? Because I had a client yesterday, Dario, I need to ship 3 boxes of chocolate to Munich, Germany, Stockdorf in Germany, and the other one in Hanover or whatever. So imagine, these sea chocolates, these are not Venezuelan chocolates, these sea chocolates, they are made here. We received $50,000 grant of Great Streets Corridor 2021, and we invested in tangible assets, in the state-of-the-art technology chocolate machine. That incentive led us to increase our production from 30 pounds to 125 pounds of chocolates an hour. 125 pounds of chocolates to bring joy, to give joy, to help this community to be safer. To be safer. This community has to be safer. This is a combination, a perfect combination of social responsibility, social inclusion, and pragmatism of economy, which is very good. That's what I love of this government, and I really like it. I'm not an American citizen yet. I will be very soon. Very soon. I'm so proud to be an American citizen. I'm so proud to be a DMV citizen, which is very much more important. That's what we need. And my last words, I want to wish you, everyone, Merry Christmas. Be safe. Buy local. And Mayor Bowser, thank you so much, and get the guns out of the streets. Count on me. Count on me.
Well, my name is Anabela RK, and I am from Venezuela too. We came here almost 5 years ago, and it was really a challenge being very successful in Venezuela and coming here, migrating, and beginning from zero again. So I had a lot of machines in my country. I was not able to bring them, so I had to begin making all the chocolates by hand again. So for us, this opportunity that the mayor has offered us has meant a lot, because we have been able to have the machines again, and we have begun to produce much better, faster, and, well, we are so grateful, and we want to thank. And we are very happy to be here, and yes, please shop local, not only my chocolates, but all
everyone, everything.
I'm going to shop myself.
Yeah, Washingtonians, please feel proud that you have now one of the most awarded collection of chocolates in the world.
Yes.
42 International Chocolates Awards in New York and in London,
Yes.
United Kingdom. Now, this is #1 in chocolate in the Northeast Corridor. You're very welcome. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Let's hear for Annabella and Dario. I can't wait to taste those chocolates. So we can answer some of your questions. Any questions? I'll start with the press. Yes.
Yeah, Mayor Bowser, staying on topic, could you
Yep.
just once again just tell us what is available for small businesses
Sure.
and how they would avail themselves?
Absolutely. I can have John or Christy.
Great. So for this program that we're kicking off today, it's the Great Streets program. So there are $3.3 million available, and they go to obviously.dc.gov. That's where they could find the link to get to the program. And what we're looking for is businesses who want to invest, just like they did at RK Chocolates, in the physical business itself, so they could redo the storefront, or they can also buy other tangible assets. As you heard, they bought a machine that could help them increase their output. So that's what we want them to use it for. This isn't to pay employees, although obviously it'll help them hire more. This is to actually buy those tangible assets. So that's what this Great Streets program does, and it's obviously dc.com.
No questions? Yes, Sam.
This is off topic, but Mayor Bowser, the last time I saw you was Friday evening. A child had just been hit in Wheeler Road, and I understand that like an hour before that or after that, a child was hit in Northeast Washington, in that case by a hit-and-run driver. What are your thoughts about this thing that certainly is getting a lot more attention these days?
Well, certainly, we were on Wheeler Road together in the evening where we had to report, unfortunately, that a child was seriously injured by a car in front of a school. Wheeler Road remains closed for investigation, but also for us to be very clear about how we can make improvements. And similarly, anytime there is a serious accident, we are focused on what we can do as the city to make improvements to a roadway. But we're also mindful of what drivers can do to operate their vehicle safely in the district.
I didn't realize that. So you continue. The road is still closed.
The road is still closed,
and the idea is what message are you sending with this?
Well, we had a very serious accident. We had one previously, a crash there on Wheeler Road, not too far away. And we are looking at any engineering changes that we can make to, even if we have a at-fault driver, to be able to prevent any type of serious injury to someone.
Do you know how long the road will be closed?
Likely through tomorrow.
Mayor Bowser,
Yeah.
off topic, you announced the first 4 cases of Omicron. I'm wondering, I know the health department is here. I'm wondering first if you could just tell us what your message is to residents now that we're added to the list of states that have active cases here, and then if we could hear from the health department just what this means going forward, and if there are any more cases than the 4 that were announced over the weekend.
Sure. The first part of your question, Mark, was what does it mean that it's in the district? I think that we all expected that if it was in the United States, it would show up at some point in the district. What you should know is that DC Health has been pretty aggressive about sequencing our positive cases to identify any variant changes in the district. The Delta variant continues to be the prominent variant in the district, and our message remains the same. That message is to use layered mitigation strategies to keep yourself and your kids safe. And that starts with getting vaccinated, getting a booster, and getting kids 5 to 11 vaccinated who became eligible now about a month ago. We all continue to tell people to be mindful of their activities, especially high-risk activities. Wear a mask indoors. Stay home if you are sick. So let me ask Patrick Ashley, who is here, who is a deputy director at DC Health, to provide any additional comments.
Thank you, Mayor. So just as the Mayor mentioned, we did announce 4 cases of Omicron on Sunday morning. DC Health got notified Sunday morning of these cases. The details of these cases are that these are all young adults. All have been vaccinated, but none of them have been had boosters yet. And so, as the Mayor mentioned, it's very important that individuals are getting vaccinated and getting boosted. We've seen what we know so far about Omicron is that it doesn't. The vaccine isn't as effective with Omicron unless you are fully boosted, and so it's very important that individuals get the full protection that's provided by Omicron. A couple of details about the cases. Some of these cases were first tested on November 29th and November 30th, and the final case was tested on December 7th. All of these individuals have had either mild symptoms or asymptomatic cases. And we do know that Georgetown University has confirmed that one of these cases are a staff or student at their facility. And so just a reminder, we want to use those layered mitigations of making sure that we're wearing masks, getting vaccinated, and whenever possible, social distancing.
So could we follow up on that with you, Patrick? I appreciate it. Can you tell us first any data, and I know you briefed the council on this the other day, on children being vaccinated, where the district is as far as how many children and how that is going? And then, you indicated that these 4 adults were not boosted, fully vaxxed but not boosted, and you indicated that had they been boosted, or being boosted is the best defense. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. So we did announce on Friday, Kaiser Family Foundation announced that D.C. was in the top 10 of the nation of getting individuals 5 to 11-year-old vaccinated. And so that's great news for D.C. We want to make sure that number gets higher. And so we're doing well in that front, but it is important that we have a vaccine available all throughout the community. As I mentioned, the 4 individuals were not boosted. What we know so far from the data that they're still doing research on Omicron is that individuals that are boosted have a higher degree of protection available to them. None of them are hospitalized, Sam.
Any other questions? All right, let the shopping begin. Thank you, everybody.